Hey everyone, Nut Free Mama here. Today I'm going to show you how to make bomb pop cookies. Okay, let's start with our ingredients. First you need a half a cup of butter, which is 1 stick, and you want that softened to room temperature. A half a cup of confectioner sugar, a half a cup of sugar, 1 large egg, you also want that at room temperature, a 1/3 cup of canola or vegetable oil, and then you need 2 3/4 to 3 cups of all-purpose flour, so I don't have that measured out yet because it just depends. Then you need a half a teaspoon of baking soda, a half a teaspoon of cream of tartar, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then red and blue food coloring. And then you need a half a teaspoon each of cherry, raspberry, or lemon extract, which I don't have those, so I am using a half a teaspoon of the Kool-Aid packets. So I have blue raspberry, cherry, and lemonade. I think that's going to be so good. And then, of course, if you want to make them into the Bomb Pop sandwich cookies, you need some kind of frosting or white melting chocolate. I'm using white frosting, and then popsicle sticks. So we are going to go ahead and get started. Alright, first we want to go ahead and cream together our butter and sugars until they're light and fluffy. So we're going to do that with an electric mixer on medium speed for 5 to 7 minutes, the directions say. Alright, next we are going to beat in our egg and oil just until it's combined. Alright, that is nice and combined. Alright, now in another bowl I'm going to whisk 2 3/4 cup of flour, my baking soda, cream of tartar, and salt. And we're just going to mix that to combine and gradually beat it into our creamed mixture. And we'll add that other 1/4 cup of flour if we need it. Alright, I worked my dough with my hands and I just evenly distributed it into 3 balls. And now to each of these balls, we're going to add our food coloring. Well, we're going to add the blue to this ball with our blue raspberry lemonade Kool-Aid. And we're just going to do, like I said, a half a teaspoon. And then here we're going to add nothing. We're just going to leave it white, but we're going to add the half a teaspoon of the lemonade Kool-Aid. And then to this one, we're going to add the red food coloring and the half a teaspoon of the cherry Kool-Aid. So let's go ahead and get that done. All right, my 3 colors are ready to go. And I did end up using my whole packet of Kool-Aid in each one because I just didn't think the flavoring was there. So now we are going to go ahead and roll these into 10-inch blocks and just place them side by side on parchment paper. Alright, my colors are all ready and you can see they're all side by side here, and I measured it's 10 inches. That part did take a while, I'm not going to lie, but the white really gave me the most problem just because we haven't worked with it a lot. It doesn't have the extra liquid from the food coloring, and I didn't really work with it a lot with my hands, so I did that first and then it was pretty easy. So now I am going to go ahead and cover this and refrigerate it for 30 minutes. And I was sure that I pretty much, pressed on both sides. You really want to try to make sure that this stuff is all going to stick together. So let's go ahead and get it in the fridge. Okay, my cookies have been in the refrigerator for a little over 30 minutes. I just got them out. I preheated my oven to 350 and I lined a huge baking sheet with parchment paper. So now we're just going to cut these widthwise, so you want to have all 3 colors there, to about 1/4 of an inch. Alright, my first batch of cookies is ready to go into the oven. And I'm going to tell you, when I cut mine, they do not stay together. So I had to re-put them together, like after I put them on the tray, by pinching them together better. And then you also want to make that little line that looks like the bomb pop. So you just press those together. And I felt like when you press them at the seams, they really stick together better. So we're going to see. We're going to get these into the oven for 10 to 15 minutes. They sure do look cute. Okay, my first batch of cookies just came out of the oven. I let them cook for 10 minutes. Now I'm just going to let them sit up here on the cookie sheet for about 5 more minutes before I try to move them to the cooling rack. I'm just nervous that they're going to break. Alright, all my cookies cooled off, and so now I am just putting them together. I have my frosting here in a Ziploc bag, and I basically am just taking one side, piping the frosting on, putting my stick on, putting a little more frosting, and then you just kind of smush them together. And they look so cute. I can't wait to see what Taste Tester thinks. Hey, Taste Tester.
Hi.
Have a little taste.
Okay. Dang, I feel that's good.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Come back and see us again. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like, subscribe.
Bye.